Hey, the topic of this vid today is ghostwriting. If you're an inspiring future ghostwriter who wants to write some of the biggest records in the world, or you're just curious on how shady and potentially dangerous this game could be, regardless, welcome back to the video. Make sure you sub up if you're new, especially if you like this sort of content, and like this video. Let's go. Let's get the basics out the way. What is a ghostwriter exactly? In music, professional hip-hop specifically, ghostwriting is frequently used to compose melodies, verses, and instrumental pieces. Expanding utilization of professional hip-hop ghostwriters by prominent hip-hop stars has prompted debate. Is ghostwriting a good or bad thing? Would you rather want your favorite rapper to authentically have good bars or pay for them? In pop music, no one really cares. People don't really make a fuss if Ariana Grande or Beyonce hire writers to write some of their biggest hits, because their talent is supposed to be the voice they have. But in rap, it's the complete opposite. To me personally, if you can't write your own raps, I look at you as a lesser rapper. I feel like that's reasonable, just in my opinion, because I have so much respect for guys like Nas, Wayne, and Eminem. Okay, so you're a rapper and you suck at, well, rapping. How do you acquire these ghostwriters? It may sound odd, yet it's typical practice. When somebody needs to make a new rap for like the public, a professional ghostwriter for rappers might be recruited to make it. For example, there are numerous comparative positions such as composing, promotion, or business duplication, or providing new or revamped material for individual or expert use. The ghost is recruited principally as a specialist independent essayist to create top-notch composing duplicates. So essentially they're recruited. Either your label might bring in someone they view as talented to come and make these records, or you might just want to hire your homie from back home and take all the credit. I'm looking at you, Drake.
Honey.
Regardless, it would typically start with a reference track, a series of tracks where the ghostwriter in question will just perform whatever he or she has written in the studio. This will be the track that the public most likely won't hear, or in some cases won't even know it existed. This track solely exists for the purpose of the rapper or artist to essentially memorize it and do it again, picking up on obviously the lyrics being used and cadences being presented. So much to the point where they're so confident with the track that they could perform it in front of millions and convince people that they were spending sleepless nights in the studio actually writing it themselves. Repetition can fool the eye pretty easily. I know a ton of people are curious, how much money can I make off becoming a ghostwriter? How much do you take home if you become a part of this life? And according to the internet, it's pretty situational based, depending on the person, the contract, and just the situation in general. However, I do have some numbers for you, but hear me out. Are you listening? Make sure you're listening. Take them with a grain of salt. So let's go. Ghostwriters are well-known rappers. Ghostwriters for well-known rappers can make $5,000 to $50,000 US per rap they write. Also make between $75 to $150 per song in royalties. On platforms like Upwork or Fiverr, rap ghostwriters can make up to $300 per song. Ghostwriters can make up to $1,000 per rap on Songbay. The way ghostwriters get paid, there's a lot of room for people feeling like they've potentially gotten taken advantage of. Guys like Quentin Miller, a famous Drake ghostwriter, still feels to this day he has been taken advantage of. A project he collaborated with Drake in 2015, he still feels like he never got his fair shake. It's a shady game. Labels, rappers take advantage of these men and women. You could create something that's the biggest thing for years, but get no credit potentially. And worse, get no money for your hard work. Or just get paid very little. You essentially become a slave to the label or to a specific artist. And nobody wants that. Not in this modern age. A feeling of someone prancing around with your work, claiming it to be a solo effort, would have my blood boil. And I want to mention this. Popular artists also can become ghostwriters. Drake, Jay-Z, and even Biggie penned for other artists' biggest records. So it's not just someone who randomly just popped out the woodwork and said, hey, I'm good at writing music. A lot of the times, more often, it's established artists who want another established artist to maybe help them out with something because they just can't get their creative juices flowing that day. However, I don't want to make this an entirely a negative video because there's enough negativity in the world anyway. So I don't want to push more out for no reason. And honestly, it's too easy. So let me give you some positive stuff. So I'm gonna just say this: ghostwriters have incredible solo careers where people come for them for their personality and talent. People like The Weeknd, Party Next Door, Tory Lanez, and even Ice Cube have, at a point in time, became ghostwriters and became gigantic stars. So yeah, ghostwriting is definitely a strange conundrum in music. It's oftentimes puzzled me and many around the world. It obviously get messy and lead to people feeling like they got, again, taken advantage of and didn't get a fair shot in the industry. It can obviously lead to things people didn't necessarily see coming. So all I can say is be safe and make a contract, and honestly, read the contract, please. I don't want another biopic of someone being taken advantage of because they were too dumb to just get a lawyer and sit down and read a contract. It's not that hard. Please do it for me, for your boy Rager, okay? But that's all I got for you guys today. Sub up if you're new and enjoy this sort of content, and like the video. I'll see you in whatever I upload next. Peace.